Hello everyone, I'm ExtraCheesy87 and this is Let's Play Trails Beyond the Horizon part 90. In the previous video, we did our side quest where we searched for the ancient treasure, which ended up being some stuff that we gave back in an accessory I won't use. So, not necessarily the greatest of rewards, but now I think we're gonna head to Aljamira first, because we only have a few important talks in our connection events and the garden.
It's so hot.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to set up everyone's ordnance. Here's what we'll do. If it takes... I might pause in the middle of the video and do that. If we finish all of our important talks and connection events and we have extra time, but that'll probably eat up some time. The next video will just be combat, so you can skip it. You're the ones who asked about the irrigation work. Yeah, sorry about all the questions. It was no bother. I'm sure I couldn't provide you with any useful information. Since you don't have any records about irrigation, I can only assume it took place outside of the city, because I guess I will go ahead and do the garden with this squad, just because it's easier to not have to set up multiple squads. You know, to go ahead and clear it with this squad when they're set up and whatnot. Hey, Professor Hamilton was able to locate an underground reservoir upstream of Tharbad. Sorry, I only know about the canals in Tharbad proper. There's nothing to be sorry for. That alone helps us narrow down where we have to look. That's good to hear. Yeah, these people are a little strange. I wonder what they're up to. We maintain Tharbad's waterworks. We only draw from the oasis. I don't think there's any records remain of the irrigation work. It was all 20 years ago. Princess Zeta asked me to give you all a message. She would like to speak with you. If you could please proceed to the second floor. I don't see a Zeta. Aljamira, always makes me feel like I've stepped into another dimension. Is where Muriel and the princess are staying? Man, is she staying on the princess's dime? Because I have a hard time believing Tyrell is springing for the Aljamira. Said they'd be coming back here once they were finished with the Mon. I think to have a meeting with someone, I think. Grant, maybe the Aljamira would host them for like a promotional thing. You know, if they write like a story about them or something, but... And since they so kindly invited us to stop by whenever we please, I doubt they'll mind a quick hello. Considering the group within almost certainly possesses the information we seek, we should be sure to have all our cards in hand for making our approach, no? Hey, you're probably right. After all, I've heard the princess has got a pretty keen eye. Seeing as Elsom owes Professor Hamilton so much. Personally, I just want to see if we can get the princess to spill the beans without her catching on to us. Here's hoping. No, I don't think we've got ourselves together just yet. Yeah, we still haven't heard from Jack and Hale, plus we should probably do a little more digging around, don't you think? Okay, they're telling me to fuck off, they hate me, but like, there's normal people in there. There's normal people I can talk. I don't have to talk to the princess, I can just talk to the normal. Oh, you fucked me, you fucking me! Okay, so I guess that's actually our progression points.
This is the famous Aljamira.
Well, fine. I'll go talk to Jack and Hale, and then Sarah and Shahina. And then do my connection events, and then we'll have like an awkward amount of time left. And it'll be all your fault, S. You came. Sorry to call you guys all the way here. Eh, it's no big deal, just wondering why you asked to meet us at a train station of all places. Is that what this is? I've been waiting for my coffee to come out for I don't even know how long now. Leaving Tharbad, are you? That's right, finished up what I was doing here for a client of mine, so now I'm off, specifically to somewhere around the capital. Anyway, sorry to do this on our way out, but we've got info on that request you made yesterday. And the thing you asked about at the club. Yep, they're natural. I did my investigations. You two ran into each other, huh? Bet that must have been a hoot. Why were you talking business in a strip club? Okay, go to the strip club on our own. Oh, why'd you go to the strip club? For purely personal reasons. Go to the strip club to do business. Why are you doing business at a strip club? Come on, man. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because dirty old men will be dirty old men. I'm not old. And oh, come on. You're not even that much younger than I am. We could be siblings. Why does being referred to as old bother you so much? Perhaps because our friend here is on the cusp of what they call a midlife crisis. Come on, man. Look who's talking, Mr. 32. I already had my crisis. Can't believe you guys actually found anything. Rumors, gossip, whispers on the wind? That's who you're asking around about, right? Whispers on the what? Along with some stuff about Vegas Films and their little festival last year, yeah? There was one story that stuck out to me in particular, though, and it just happens to be about a certain irrigation project. This story involves so-called hocus pocus? In a way, yeah. See, according to our sources, Professor Hamilton came to Tharbop with a bunch of laborers 20 years ago to take a look at the oasis. Apparently, it was determined pretty quickly what was causing it to dry up. They managed to pinpoint the source of the problem to somewhere out in the desert. Well, that's helpful. And before anyone knew it, there was water in the oasis again. It was like there was never a problem in the first place. Everyone we talked to was at the site 20 years ago, and they all said the exact same thing. It was like magic. Magic, huh? So, we were right to ask about Hocus Pocus. Aren't there people in the Empire who can use magic? Yeah, but it's really only to, like, teleport? Indeed, there are witches, they're called. I'm unsure if the professor shares their blood, however. About it, I'm not surprised witnessing a miracle like that if people wondering. Especially now when nobody seems to know how she pulled it off. Apparently the professor comes back to check on the oasis status pretty regularly. But we weren't able to find anyone who could say what they've seen maintenance workers or other laborers head into the desert recently. Honestly, it just felt like the more we looked into her, what she was doing, the more interesting things got. Thanks guys, can't believe how much you were able to find in a single night. So it should give us a better perspective on what exactly Archive was dealing with in Tharbide last year too. Well, weren't you the only one who you weren't the only one who got locked out here. I was finding a few extra tidbits of info for ourselves. Should make a nice souvenir for a friend of ours. Anyway, I think that'll give you enough to work on for now. You can find your target, I mean. We're just chatting. Figured you two put the pieces together. Doesn't sound like you're too sure on the details just yet, though. Guessing you stopped before you could get the full picture. Both for your sake and ours. After all, you would have dragged us right into this mess of yours if we hadn't. Or am I wrong? Would you have? Well, what can I say? Always nice to have a good source of information on your side. Plus, it's not like I wouldn't have upped your pay, you know, for crawling through the mud with us. More like the blood in this case. It wouldn't have been enough, not by a long shot. Look, Kevin, we know you, and you'll be all gung-ho by getting the job done 1 second, then filled with regret the next. Okay, I'll play one little hand of gambling with you in a theoretical universe, and now you're all like, you know me? And frankly, even if you were to help, watching your sad mug mope around for a few weeks doesn't sound like my idea of a good time. Come on, this go around, we're giving you the info you paid for us for, and leaving it at that. Sure. Anyway, looks like it's about time we got going. See you around, Kevin. Not to be too reckless, alright? If not for your own good, for the girls. Got it. You guys be careful, too. Gave us a lot of good intel. No kidding. Guess they call them pros for a reason. By the way, Jack said he had something to take care of somewhere around the capital, right? Wonder what he was talking about. Wasn't our place to ask about that or the friend they're giving their little souvenir to. Man, having connections be a real pain in the ass sometimes, huh? They seem kind of worried about you, Kevin. It seems the threads of fate truly do entwine us all. At any rate, the information we received will be useful indeed. We should be able to use it to continue our investigation. Good grief. Let's go check in with the sisters. You wanna go watch the launch? Nah, man. Oh yeah, basketball. I was like, what's the blue exclamation point?
Culture is so
Nadia be ballin'?
Relax too?
Oh, that squall we had.
That squall we had. This is... it would make sense considering the directions they gave us. Sorry, what are we talking about? This is where Hina and Sarah live. Something they mentioned while we were in the Haman. Yeah, they said we could drop by whenever we wanted. I see. Well, since we're already here, why don't we go ahead and say hello? That sounds like a fine idea, though I'm not sure if they're back yet.
Wait, am I hearing things or...
Creepy people outside.
It was you guys! I thought I heard your voices.
Yep.
Making good on our invitation, are you? Well, come on in!
Such a warm welcome. Thanks, Hina. I hope we're not a bother. Remember to behave yourselves, you two.
Please,
Now,
there's
where's
no
the
need to
food?
worry. Just make yourselves at home, all right? Sorry, there's not much room. Oh, and why don't I make you all some cold drinks?
What kind of cold drinks? Mmm, so tasty. You said it. Bet it's made with all sorts of fancy fruits and spices, huh? Whatever it is, it definitely helps beat the heat. That's fantastic. Is it a homemade recipe? Yep, it's one of the Central Asian's classic summer staples. It's called Sharbat. My sister's the one who whipped up all these, but I can make them too. Actually, I used a recipe my mother taught me. They're a lifesaver when dancing in the hot summer heat. See, families always got each other's backs, one way or another, huh? Well, maybe not all family. If I recall correctly, your parents have passed away, no? When I was just a little kid, too. I don't really remember much about them, honestly, but Sarah's a different story. I'm just thankful I've managed to hold on tight to what they passed down to me, even in spite of all that we've gone through. But I couldn't have done that without Van and the rest of Archive Solutions. We didn't really do anything, honestly. You've got an unhealthy obsession. You're the first person who was nice to you. She's got it bad, huh? Yep, you gotta admit, being in love's a good look on her. It just makes her all the more adorable. Archive just has all the luck in the world, doesn't he? Yeah, Kevin! You had a compelling arc and character conclusion. Be happy, Kevin. You won the damn Trails lottery, man. I don't know if I'd call it luck, really. His personality kind of just reels you in. Then he starts helping you with things and... Ooh, are you going to finish that, Kevin? I'm still working on it. You haven't even finished yours. I heard you two have been traveling for business recently, but your house is unexpectedly tidy. You perhaps hire a cleaning service of some sort? No way. Our neighbors insist on house sitting for us while we're gone. They've really done a lot for us over the years. We always got to bring back a bunch of souvenirs to repay them. And it's always fun picking out something for them. Living here truly is wonderful. It's home in all the ways you can imagine. Guess that means that homecoming show of yours is going to be a real sensation then. You bet. We're going to give it the best we've got. Wish Fairy, Anya's, and Van can come see it too, though. And she don't give a fuck about Rosette and Aaron. That would be nice having Judith and everyone else there. Perhaps even the professor as well. Also Katra. No, dude, he's not in there. Huh? By the professor, do you mean... Alrighty then, we shouldn't overstay our welcome now, should we? Come on, pack it up, kiddos. Okay, now that's way less suspicious. Or way more suspicious. Girl, we gotta let these two get practicing for the big show. You'll be rehearsing later, right? Oh, yep, right by the Oasis. Won't be a proper performance, of course, but if you're interested, you're more than welcome to watch. Plus, knowing that friends of Van's are in attendance will give us the push we need to perfect our routines. Got it. We'll definitely be there then. Take care of yourselves, you two. The temperature is expected to rise in the afternoon. Hey, Rapscallion, why'd you pull us out of there? I think we stumbled into information on his target. That's right, but we can't go diving into that info without a plan now, can we? On a separate note, you two have been through Archive Solutions case files, right? Ever find anything that connect the sisters to one person of interest? And we have seen them talking, but I never really thought of them as being connected. No, we didn't. All we know is that Van and the others helped them deal with the incident here in Tharbad, while she went to the east after the incident in Basel. Additionally, however, during the anomaly which occurred in Edith last December, Thar and Shahina were said to have been in the capital, meaning they very well may have had the chance to establish a bond with your target. Though I suppose they could have met during the events that you and Swin were involved in as well. Honestly, I don't remember. Putting aside how you just happen to know all that, I'm not really seeing any solid connections, Onionator. That must mean we're missing a piece of the puzzle then, a piece that even Van and the others are unaware of. And I believe the answers may lie with Dingo. Oh no. Sounds about right. I'm gonna argue that our main concern at the moment should be the presence of the princess. No use jumping the gun just yet. Let's go watch the girls practice performance, and after that we can start looking into things. Awfully cunning of you. Roger Dodger, but you know, Kevin, I'm starting to get the feeling this villain bit of yours isn't really an act after all. You got me. Kevin? Cunning? I'd say it describes you far more than it does him, Rufus. Yes, well, though my cunning is born from an inherently wicked nature, I'm not so sure Kevin's as heartless as he portrays himself to be. I mean, Kevin's a better hider, at least. Kevin being slightly evil was, like, actually surprising. Rufus being evil was like, okay. Yeah. Alright, I think we should be good now. Especially with the intel we got. I think it's about time we head for the Aljamira. I suppose that means you believe we finally have our cards in hand. Alright, let's head over once we finish with the other business. They fucked me. They fucked me. Well, 3 connection events may be enough to fill out the video. Remember Van's group? Fairy started wearing summer clothes and even let her hair grow out a little. Yeah, we just saw her recently. She looked so cute. Fairy's always been pretty, but now she's showing off her girly side. She's just 14, right? I bet she'll be a real beauty when she grows up. Yeah, I'm not gonna let her beat me. Let's both do our best, Nadia, so we can reach Anya's level. That hurdle might be too high. Good grief. You like Nadia just the way she is, right? I guess. You're still growing too, aren't you? Count on it. Oh, thanks for coming to see our performance last night. A little embarrassing, though. No, it was great. The girls that danced after you were cool, too. Dancing is definitely an art, so it's easy to see why Arkansas wants to collaborate with you. Oh, please, I'm still in training. I mean, since I'm in hater energy to counterbalance, while I do not give a shit about Sarah being in love with Van, she does clear Anya's in the in the attractiveness column, I suppose. I hope a certain someone could watch me dance in that costume. No way, don't be silly. That damn Arkwright, he'll toy with anyone. At least he can't be as bad as Reen. I don't know, is it worse if they're actually oblivious or if they're pretending to be oblivious? I don't know. Alright. Okay, so I think we said it was probably going to be Swin, then Nadia, then Rufus. So we'll start with Swin, since I'm counting them out. Kevin's group decided to take a short break. Everyone split up so they could spend their free time as they pleased. What up, you like basketball? Not exactly. Just reminiscing, I guess. I played some basketball not too long ago. Just thinking about when he infiltrated the academy back in the capital a few months ago. That's how it is. But there's no point in practicing my shots alone. I'll play some other... Hold on now, what if I join you? I'm confident in the rules at least. Kevin B. Ballin. You don't mind? Just happens I'm in the mood for a little exercise. Don't make me actually play the minigame though, because it doesn't work right. Besides, it's a good chance to get to know you a little better. Well, if that's the case, then let's play. Trails Beyond the Horizon, Part 90. Okay, casual Kevin. I don't know about that. He loses a lot of his aura without the jacket. It didn't look so bad earlier when we saw him at the start of this section, but seeing the full body, I don't know. I'm not vibing. Geez, you're pretty good. Make it sound like you only knew the rules. Hey, Bab, it's not like I ever played for real. Maybe things are different now, but basketball wasn't really a thing where I grew up. In some remote place, Rice? Hits the dialect? I was born and raised in Esmeralda City, one of the free cities. As for my dialect, well, my mom was from way out in the sticks. Hey, guess you've been through a lot, though. Yep, in some ways I'm the original protagonist with a tragic past in this franchise. So tell me, you think of your time back in the academy? Yeah, I guess so. It wasn't for very long, but I did get a glimpse of what it's like to be a normal teen. Didn't honestly think I'd get to experience something like that, not for everything I've done. All the more reason to treasure those memories. Yeah, I still got your future ahead of you. I'm sure the time you spend at the academy will prove valuable going forward. You don't gotta tell me twice. Nadia and I are gonna carve out our own future. No more hesitation. But why the sudden interest? You're being strangely nice. Emma, that's certainly not my intention. Look, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I know what you've been through. But I guess I have a hard time feeling like we're strangers when I think about the life you've lived. See, Nadia did tell me how I became a Dominion. I mean, they're similar in a sense, right? I mean, it's different because Swin and Nadia were like forced to kill, whereas Kevin willingly chose to kill and actually kind of lost himself in the act of killing. Never made a mistake that costed someone dear to me. Or I made a mistake that cost someone dear to me. Never have been able to make it up to their family. And I chose a path that would dirty my hands. I guess you're different from me, though. You managed to make it up to her. I get it now. He's just like me. Well, I don't want you to have the same regrets I do. That's about the whole of it. Well, I suppose it ain't any of my business. Don't worry, I get what you're trying to say. Thanks for looking out for me. You don't have to worry. I'm not letting go of the path I chose. Glad to hear it. You got a strength I don't, and I doubt you'll ever lose it. So we cut this break short and head back. You put that on fast.
Hey, can I ask you something?
Got all them buckles too, man.
Your partner forgave you, and you even found a way forward all your own. Why try and throw it all away now?
A very good question. I'm not throwing anything away. I just have to be who I was for this mission. Temporarily. Once I wrap things up here, everything will be back to...
No, you know it doesn't work like that. You know these things aren't just temporary. Don't tell me. The reason you're looking out for me, the reason you're respecting our oath is...
I haven't lied, Swin. I've got no ulterior motives behind what I've said. Maybe you're right that things won't just go back to how they used to be, depending on how this goes. But for me, getting back to how things were is a part of my mission. Not that it's something you have to worry about.
Is that so? Then I guess I'll take your considerations to heart, if nothing else.
Sure, works for me.
Maybe it's a little late for me to say this, but I get the feeling that you and I can come to understand each other.
Well, I don't see why not. But there are still things that neither of us can afford to back down on. As long as you're fine with that, and I'll be glad to have you.
Yeah. Likewise, Kevin.
So after Reese discovering the things they had in common, Kevin and Swin returned to patrolling Tharbad. That was pretty good. It's kind of an interesting line of dialogue there. I mean, there's a few, but the, what was it? Getting things back to how they were is part of my mission. It's got me thinking, at least. Got me thinking. But, yeah, that was pretty good. I got Swin. You might could be canon. Because that is definitely an element. Because I don't really know. Like, unless it's I could see maybe that they've ordered Kevin to do it alone because they don't think he'll actually kill who they want to kill if he has Ria's with him or something. But that is a definite element of like why Kevin would accept an assassination job, and seems like he kind of wants to do it, or like he, you know, he's wavering, of course, but it's not entirely like a, oh yeah, there's no way I'd ever do this actually. Because, you know, that's kind of the way his character is left at like the end of Sky 3, and I guess, I mean, they don't really address it much in Azure, but you know, he's mostly a goody two-shoes again, or, you know. I don't know, that's, it's interesting is what I'll say. Though the reason why I don't want to say more on like my thought process is because I hadn't really wanted to mention this, but you know how occasionally I mention people who make mouth breathers who think they're being clever and sly with comments, but the problem is that when you're a dumbass, your version of being clever and sly is, you know, still stupid. I did get a comment. It wasn't even on a Horizon video. I'm not even going to say which video it was, but it was on a video that was kind of indirect, but not indirect enough. And that comment compiled with something else has got me thinking something. But if it actually does end up being right, I don't want to say it because, you know, it might be an actual spoiler. But and that was actually a while back. That was not too long after we started the series, but I had kind of like I wasn't going to mention it until like either the thing happened or it doesn't. But since I'm kind of clearly thinking about it right here, I figured I should at least say why I don't want to say what I'm thinking. It's because I'm worried that it could legitimately be a spoiler. But let's do Nadia. And it could not be. That's also, it's not like 100% blatant, but it's just, I got a feeling. Kevin's group decided to take a short break. Everyone split up so they could spend their free time as they pleased. Huh? You know, me, the heretic hunter, to coach you on how to use concealed weapons. Exactly! I mean, sure, you're the heretic hunter again now. But when you think about it, you made a decision to put that life away, just like us. Guess so, but you could sorta say I'm the trendsetter. Now you get it. Figured maybe you could teach me a thing or two about non-lethal application of concealed weapons. I mostly use them lethally. I'll be lying if I said I didn't want to see some of your garden techniques too. Alright, fine. I can run you through the basics. Start with, where do you have those needles of yours? And what about the army of bears? Usually up my sleeves, that way when I need to use them, I can slip them right out. And if I need to be extra stealthy, I hide them inside a Baron Bear. Gotcha. You got the right idea. Remember, metal detectors are pretty common these days. And there are people who inspect your bear the second they see it. It's a perfect place to hide stuff and all. That's why I do this. Wait, where'd that come from? You don't want to know. I had it in my belt. It's an ultra-thin dagger made of a special metal. You could say I was inspired by the Urumi, a whip-like sword from the southeast. Since it's thin and flexible, I can hide it in the leather of my belt without poking myself. But that doesn't mean it isn't sharp. Plus, if someone catches it with a metal detector, they'll just think it's part of the belt. Wow, I didn't see that coming. I figure you hid your weapons in your shoes or something, maybe your prison pocket. Let's see what you do if you were passing your target on the street. Okay, I'm a pro at that. Exactly what I expected. I get a normal person just fine. But you have to get into the range to do it, which means if the other person is faster than you, this'll happen. You're right, I didn't think about that. Guess I never used this sort of technique on someone skilled. And should I wait until I've gotten past them, then throw a needle behind me? They're pretty heavy, so they're quite powerful, and if I put some poison on them, they'd be more than enough to take someone down. We're still talking about non-lethal techniques, right? Either way, it wouldn't work. Someone skilled would sense your bloodlust and dodge immediately. Here's an idea. Use thread, right, Nadia? Yep, to seal my opponent's movements. Maybe you could attach your thread to your needles before you throw them. Or you could set up a bunch of thread ahead of time and aim to graze them with your weapons. You'd be able to adjust your needle's trajectory in midair, and even a skilled opponent would have trouble keeping track of their movements. Does she not already do that? Wow, a mix of techniques, huh? I'm into that sort of thing. I met a maiden crossbow with a similar style of fighting. I think I could maybe pull it up. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe I'm thinking of Sharon! It won't be easy if I can use both needles and thread simultaneously, the effort will be worth it. But she uses more like chains and stuff, right? I mean, well, that's like her whole thing. She's like I'm the chain lady. I'm the chain. Ouroboros enforcer number chain. Kevin revealed several methods of concealing weapons to Nadia. He was also able to use several of Nadia's techniques as a point of reference for himself. Boy, I definitely got a lot out of that. You haven't lost your touch, Mr. Heretic Hunter. If I had, I wouldn't have come back. Power to hunt and the power to protect are two sides of the same coin. Which is why I've never disregarded my old techniques, even though I'm known as a 1,000-hand guardian these days. What does that mean? I don't actually remember. It was meaningful at the time, though. Is that so? I guess it's good to know our past experience won't go to waste. Though I do gotta wonder why you feel so guilty about going back. What are you talking about? You didn't even tell that gluttonous sister where you were going when you left. Yo, explain. Why do you know her? And know her that well? Couldn't you just been honest with her? Jeez, how much do you know? Oh, was I right? Honestly, I thought I'd just make some guesses based on how you were acting and see what came loose. Okay, that actually seems fair. I can never tell when you're lying. I'm not hiding anything from Riaz. When this job's done, I'm gonna tell her everything. It's just if I told her beforehand, she'd try and go down this path with me. She's already saved my past once, and I won't put her through it again. Okay. Because I was thinking it was maybe more the opposite, that she knew what he was doing and disapproved. But this actually makes more sense. But there's an element of like, I don't think Riaz would let him go do a mission by himself. I'll wait until I'm the 1,000-hand guardian again, and things have calmed down, and then I'll... Boo! Wrong answer. You understood a woman's heart. Go down this path with you. Have you ever considered there's more than one way to do that? No way that someone who saved you from the abyss is simple-minded. I mean, it's hard to know without actually talking to her. I bet she could stay at your side without succumbing to the darkness. You might be surprised at her strength and flexibility. But does she not know her? She just know about Kevin?
I guess you're probably right now that I think about it. In the end, I'm just pulling the same crap here that I did to her back in Phantasma, aren't I? I know she's not weak or naive. She could have handled this. Man, she ain't gonna be happy when I get back and tell her.
Great. It's just like I thought. I'm glad you finally figured things out. Be honest and apologize. Oh, and make sure to get her something good to eat, too.
Yeah. I never am gonna understand a woman's heart, am I?
Maybe not. But that doesn't mean she's not hoping for you to make at least a little progress. Opportunity knocks, so why not take this chance to show her she can put some faith in you for once?
Hey, just how much do you know? And what's that got to do with what we were talking about?
Alright, so these are both pretty good. I think I would rate Swin's slightly higher. Nadia continued to mock Kevin, and afterwards he re-examined his own determination and mental state. Once Nadia was satisfied with their new techniques, the pair met back up with the rest of the group. Oh wait, little extra.
Alright, now that I've gotten a glimpse of Onion Priest's resolve, we're going to hang with him until the end, no matter how things turn out.
Okay. Yeah, very similar. I'd have a hard time picking one. Granted, might pick Nadia just because she's the, as I've said, I think at least once or twice. She kind of like the GOAT for real. All right, full of energy drink. Who said he's gonna get some free samples with her? I've got a bad feeling about this. Kevin's group decided to take a short break. Everyone split up so they could spend their free time as they please. Wow, so this is maximum energy. What do it taste like? People check out Perfect Driver Zero too, young lady. Wait, I thought it was Perfect Driver Zero. There's already a sequel? Make sure not to drink too much of that. It's loaded with caffeine. Maybe I'm a no piss in the ass since I just tagged along, but is this really okay to drink? You know, for a kid? Young though she may be, she was also a Rosenberg doll. Yeah? You may find the ingredients to be stimulating, but you should have no trouble neutralizing the effects. Probably. Couldn't you be sure? Uncertainty is a part of life, Kevin, my boy. What are you two yapping now? Let's hurry up and try it. Cheers! Wow, it tastes like camel piss. Oh my, I've never tasted anything quite like this before. It's absolutely horrid. After the initial piercing flavor, sugar and citrus race to the mouth. I can see the serving as a good mixer for alcohol. Dude, I'm surprised you enjoyed it. Honestly, I definitely feel more awake after taking a sip. It's loaded with caffeine, so you definitely gotta be careful not to drink too much. Side eyes suspiciously. What do you think, Lap? I can see the future. I can see everything. It's been awakened to me now. Lapis?
Would you pipe down, Onion Priest? Who do you think you are, speaking to me as an equal?
Oh no, she's Nadia posting. Lapis?
What is this wondrous mixture? It's ever so delectable.
Oh no, she gets drunk off caffeine.
One could say
Ooh.
this beverage is perfectly suited to such a noble Rosenberg doll as myself. Attend me, peasant. I demand more.
What's your deal, young lady? Please calm down. What the hell is going on? Her arrogant tone. It somewhat resembles the way she spoke when she was Altera 4 months ago. I saw the name in the files. I'll take your word for it. Her body has maintained standard mobility even after absorbing the caffeine. However, it may not have accounted for the arginine in the beverage. The data of her past arrogant personality appears to have been brought to the forefront by her body's processing of the chemical. That makes no fucking sense whatsoever, but it's kind of funny as a side story, so I'll buy it. Are you kidding me? How can you be so calm? Are we gonna be okay? As far as I can tell, she still seems to be the Lapis at her core, and, well, she can't use her battle axe anymore for some reason. As long as she can recover from this state of intoxication, and she doesn't have any more... Rufus, I thought she was about to fucking square up. I thought she was about to fucking... What are you standing around for? I demand more energy drinks. Negotiate with these men and make them hand over everything at once. As you wish, my lady. What? You're a butler? Kevin continued to chide Rufus, even as he managed to lead Lapis away from the stand. Then they had to watch over her until her body began to naturally break up the arginine. This feels amazing. The pool really is without equal. Why is my wallet the one that has to suffer? Also, I thought we couldn't come in here. My apologies. Please consider this one of your business expenses. You're a cunning bastard. Can we do this? Is this illegal? What's about this slot machine? Why wouldn't it allow me to win? Fine, I'll do this my own. Oh no, we're gonna get banned. Look, Rufus, now all the money problems have been solved. You hacked it. I say, I'd never considered the option. I'm sure Nadia will be quite pleased. Okay, stop. The security's giving us a stink eye. Just leave everything here. Let's scram. Plus, I mean, you can only trade it in for blue metals, and then they're gonna be like, oh, you can buy it or sell it for fucking a quarter of the price. I shall acquire all the tasty delicacies in this bazaar. I'm feeling rather parched after eating those kebabs. It's time for another energy drink. How about we try some of that cold tea from the food truck over there instead? Ooh, a most fabulous idea. Hurry and buy some for me. Oh my gosh, that girl is so cute. Do you think she's from some rich family? That guy who's with her in the sunglasses is such a hottie. Excuse me, sir, but who are they? Would they be interested in debuting as actors? Sorry, they're not interested. They're sticking out like sore thumbs. Finally calm down. Body is like in the final stage of processing the arginine. Rosenberg technology truly is astounding. Don't think I've forgotten how you left all that annoying stuff to me. I'm grateful, Kevin. As I am but an attendant at the end of the day, it can be difficult for me to act against the will of my mistress. I'm starting to feel bad for Swin and Nadia. Rufus, thanks for everything. Nadia and Swin too. Aw, Kevin. He really loves you guys, huh? Can't say I understand how your relationship works. You got a once heinous criminal of the Empire, 2 ex-Garten assassins, and the product of an apparent aberrant singularity. Each one of you is practically a heretic, and yet you've gotten together like no big deal. Okay, hold up. Rufus, yeah. Lapis, I think she would be agnostic, I suppose. Swin and Nadia, well, I don't know. I guess they never really express religious views one way or the other, but you can't brand them as heretics for being forced to do what they did. I mean, I guess in theory you could argue, oh, well, they should have just killed themselves instead of murder people, which is yeah, if they were adults, maybe I could buy that, but with children, I'll give them more leeway. Indeed, 2.5 years ago, I could not have foreseen the path I'd walk. Lost my position, my home, and even my nation. Even so, I'm quite fond of what I have now. Yes, because you didn't really lose anything. You got to go on permanent vacation for the rest of ever. This life I've made for myself after the Crossbill incident, or should I say this life I've stumbled into, I suspect she feels the same way. Now she is once again trying to change, to grow. To discover what her heart truly wants. Hey Rufus, you surely really want to let her dirty your hands with all this? One of our friends is closely connected to our target, so that telling us could corrupt Lapis. Lead her away from the girl she's trying to become. You're willing to talk, aren't you? A job is a job. We do not intend to neglect our obligations.
I will do what must be done with no hesitation. I am Rufus Alberea, after all. And as she is not human, she will have no problem completing this job either. My opinion on that front remains unchanged. However, I am but her attendant. And as such, my duty is to follow her orders. You would do well to keep that in mind.
So you're saying you might back out if Lapis changes her mind? You sure a pain in the neck. True, but I'm afraid you have me beat in that regard. You keep going out of your way to worry about us dirtying our hands, all while you struggle to choke down the thought of doing so yourself. Well, whatever. It's fine, you've only ever been tools for me from the get-go. I'll use it however I need to in order to complete my mission.
Do as you see fit.
Rufus? Kevin? Huh? What was I doing? Good morning. I'm hungry.
Finally back in the land of the living, huh? Not that Altera wasn't entertaining.
Then you may be glad to hear. I backed up her personality data from earlier to a holo, just for caution's sake.
Oh no.
Now we will be able to use it going forward.
Just when did you have the time to do something like that? You're too damn sly.
Lapis, having blown off some steam by going on something of a rampage, simply shrugged. Then the trio met up with their friends to resume work. Okay. Oh, she's actually a straight up holocore. I thought maybe she'd be like a voice. How fucked up. I mean, they did it earlier, or before. Sorry, Swin and Nadia, you're at a disadvantage. I mean, because that's a weird one. Because honestly, I think story-wise, I actually like the Swin and Nadia ones a little bit more. They're all pretty close, but is this any good? If it's any good, then it is pretty good. It's not like amazing. Well, Ultimate, that seems insanely good. Never mind. Here's the... okay, fine, Nadia. Sorry, Swin. Sorry. Oh, let's just do them all. I don't know, man. What do we do? I guess we'll end a little... Well, okay, here's what we can do. We can go to the garden and see the intro cutscene. Presumably there's going to be one that plays. And then we can do the garden and our monster request next time. There may even be some talks we can do in here, now that I think about it. Actually, maybe a lot since we're actually in a new act now.
Long story short, we're gonna be pitching in on this.
Okay. I mean, I figured you guys would join eventually, I just didn't know how or when, per se.
Schwarzer and them already gave us the rundown.
Having already lent our aid with one garden, we can't very well disregard another.
Now, I do feel like they'd be like, we got fucking more important shit on the go. We're maybe enemies of the organization that we've, like, worked for at least a majority of our lives. At least, presumably, a lot of their lives. I guess we don't... I think they joined when they were young, right?
Master Bearguard, Kevin, a pleasure to work with you.
Indeed. It gladdens me to have us joining forces. Oh, I could do the Dominion party. Can't say I picture myself meeting with Master Bearguard and the odd couple in a place like this. Oh yeah, because they are still set up. Actually, Amber Guard, it should still be mostly set. Dominion party? Party of Dominions? We could do that first, then I could set up the main party for... Well, granted, if they're set up, we could probably just roll with their defaults. I mean, they're not great, but they're... I mean, they're good in the sense that they at least have, like, Tier 2 and Tier 3 orbits everywhere, but... think they just have tier 2s, but they at least have like all their slots unlocked, or most of their slots. When was the last time again? Our little meet and greet back in Ontario? More or less. Wait, who are you calling a couple? They don't dine to catch up over a drink, ask a few burning questions on your latest who's, what's, and where's. Incidentally, we just shared a riveting conversation with the vice captain you seem so chummy with these days. Ah, could it be that you're already aware? News to me, actually would have rushed right on over if you bothered to call. They're like, this fucker's lying. They don't fucking bomb for a second, man. Kevin used to be better at lying. That blood's so thick you could cut it with a knife. Micaiah said they more or less joined the Grossuit around the same time. No way they're gonna let the dam burst out of the blue though, right? Considering what an opportune training ground this place makes, it would be a shame not to utilize it. I trust my pupils have no objection to demonstrating just how much they've grown. I could ask for nothing better. I can't go acting out in front of Master. Let's save this chat for our next face-to-face. Dominion boss fight does sound fun. I could definitely see it happening. Looking forward to it already. Ew. No, we can't deny there'll be powerful assets in our efforts to reclaim the garden. No doubt, time for his disciples to show our stuff.
The beauty of camaraderie.
Fucking jump scared by Shizuna, man.
Hand in hand, shall we?
Yeah, I mean... Let's Leon and Shizuna. Okay, yeah, because she's not actually part of the party yet. She literally did just pop up. I'd forgotten that she hadn't been registered. Wait, what? Okay. Honestly, I would prefer that they just didn't acknowledge it at all. Shizuna? The hell? I thought you bailed on us for good.
Oh, was that the way I put it?
Oh yeah, because I guess she didn't join when we were doing the garden stuff with Van. Or maybe she was a temporary guest? I can't remember. I know we didn't use her, but she may have been available. But I could also see them being like, oh, you know, she's not invited.
See, I wrapped up one of my assigned orders just last night. And little did I know, my fellow disciple had joined up with you. So I thought, hey, perfect time to mosey on back.
You don't say. Are you for real? This is bull... I can't say we saw it coming. Actually, this is so in her wheelhouse that we probably should have. He is unorthodox to say the least. True, but there just might be a lot to learn from that part of her. I'm happy to collaborate with you, Shizuna. In this place, if nowhere else. Right back at you, Junior. Fuck you. So at least Leon and Shizuna have been registered as Garden Party members. For real this time? That's pretty good. Received all of her costumes. I don't know what that means. Hey, it does remind me. Didn't we get those? We got an extra pair of glasses at some point. Reen! Reen, where are you, buddy? Reen! It was... Oh yeah, these. Nah, no shot. Sorry, they're ass. They're ass. No offense if you wear glasses like that. I used to wear glasses as a kid. I've been a contact lad for most of my life, but... So you've both been to a bunch of different countries, right? Which ones have the best food? It's difficult to pick a favorite, to be honest. After all, the quality of a country's cuisine is largely dependent on the factors like climate and culture. Yeah, the answer's fucking Crawlspell, alright? Or did you never stop at the Noodle Lord, you heretic? Although if I absolutely had to give you an answer, I suppose I have been craving LeBro's tomato-centered cooking lately. Wrong! Wrong answer. Wrong! You know how I know LeBro's food is fucking trash? Because back in my day, food was so fucking bad, you would throw it at somebody and it'd explode. I bet that'd be sour, but if it's coming on recommendation, then maybe it really is tasty. Granted, I'm pretty sure the flowable food mechanic lasted up until... Was it still in the early Cold Steel games? Can't remember. I think it was still in the Crawlspell games. And then I can't remember if it was not in the Cold Steel games or if I just never used it because I, barely ever had any food to eat in those playthroughs. I bet that'd be sour, but if it's coming on recommendation, then maybe it really is tasty. As for me, I stopped in all sorts of places before entering the free cities. Ate a little here, ate a little there. End of the day, though, I always come right back to the taste of my hometown. Actually, I'm kind of curious if you've been to Dry's Fish Burgers. Dry Fish Burgers. I've seen those in magazines. They're referred to as local specialties. Oh goodness, you're truly Lapis. Guess that was a dumb question, huh? I'll always whip us up a few when I get some free time, alright? Really? So easy to influence this one. It's actually rather adorable. Order some food for her and she'll follow you right on home. Not that I would do that, of course. No, shenanigans like that are far more suited to someone like Annalise or Estelle. Estelle wouldn't kidnap a well... The Burl, Jirai, there's so many countries I'd like to visit someday. When the time comes to switch to a bigger body, maybe I'll consider getting a bike. Nice fish burgers. My mouth's watering just talking about them. Maybe I'll whip us up a few when I get some free time. Yeah, when they turn Lapis into an adult and then set up the relationship with Rufus, oh man, we're gonna have some fucking conversations there. So on one hand, well, let's tackle it ahead of time. I'll do my opening thesis on why I don't vibe with it. A, she's presented as a child. B, she acts like a child. C, her whole character development is that she had the emotional maturity of a child. So putting her in an adult body and saying, well, it's been a few years, I don't think it passes the smell test.
Just how I like it.
I don't think I like it.
Oh, this is bliss.
Nothing better.
So cozy. Operating at full capacity.
I don't know if we're gonna go ahead and push through and do all the talks in this video. Now it went from like, oh no, I don't have enough content, to, oh no, there's too much content. Seriously, if you're gonna keep doing this whole disappearing, reappearing, active years, can you at least give us a warning first? Where are you even logging in from, and how long are you gonna keep lazing around? And fine. Like I said before, what I do after I finish my work depends on how things pan out. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That said, however, we do appreciate your help in the battle, Miss Mitsurugi. By the way, I heard you had an encounter with the Thor's team recently. I imagine that's something I should refrain from asking about. Yeah, you probably don't want to talk about it. You got your ass beat. Anyway, let us proceed to bond as fellow women friends. We shall wash away the melancholies of this transient world together. Can we stick to the subject, please? I swear. Miss Mitsurugi really is quite the free spirit, isn't she? Truthfully has me a bit envious. I'd take this chance to learn a thing or two from her. Mirabelle likes to tell me I'm being too inflexible about some things. Okay, I would agree that you're a little too inflexible. I don't know if you should learn from her. I suppose I shouldn't expect to learn anything about Ikaruga's plans now, should I? Well, nevertheless, having her on our side will prove a great boon to us, so let's try and do our best to get along. You guys really hit the jackpot while I was away. Don't worry though, now that I'm back, I'll be sure to make up for all the fun stuff I missed, and all the fun stuff I will miss in the future. Wow, I heard you were footloose and fancy-free, but I'm starting to feel like that was an understatement. I swear, it's like the girl doesn't have a care in the world. Probably keep an eye on her while we still can, huh? It'd be a real pain if she just up and vanished again. That wouldn't affect me in the slightest. Alright, it's gotta be Dominion Squad. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Dominion Squad. Dominion Squad. Squad of Dominions. This Lisa's jacked. What the fuck? Well, I guess Leon's his attack doesn't scale that high, and Regards hasn't been updated. Looks like so they spawned in with yeah, even better weapons, or like the current tier plus upgraded, so that's pretty good. Orbments, Okay, they gave you 3s. I don't know if you had 3s earlier or not. That's pretty good. I mean, honestly, I mean, is there anything that immediately jumps out as like complete and total ass? I mean, Shield 3 I think is pretty dog water. Oh wait. We need some. We don't need water, but some water is kind of nice to have Seraphic Force. We could drop the EP. Drop EP for EP for EP for EP. I mean, of the two, I mean, because we'd really be doing a physical squad. Well, no, Kevin, you're so fucking weird. Well, because you're weird because you're like not really you're a magicer, but you're actually not a caster per se. Like in theory, you want to be you probably want to spam your crafts, which is kind of neat actually. I like that as a, at least it feels like a little bit different. Since generally your magic characters, you don't give a shit about their crafts, except for maybe some of the support ones that are overpowered. What even is the difference in the upgraded Seraphic Force? Greatly restores EP, CP? I assume that's like it gives you 100, like it gives you enough to ult maybe? Not an EP, I mean I guess you could put a regular EP cut or like a weaker one. Elaine, you're not gonna be useful for a while. Since you're not gonna join until at least the next van section, so you don't gotta give a shit about your stuff. I don't know, I'll refine all that stuff and regard you're still mostly set up, right? Yeah. We'll look into all that next time. Good.
You can count on me for support.
New chat. Oh, yeah, I forgot about those. We might do that as well. So we got a lot of combat stuff
You
next
can do
time.
all sorts of things.
Holy, where the hell did I get all these workshop points from?
Functions of improvements complete. Here's our selection.
Oh, Lapis, the white doll. The white doll. Orange-haired Kevin? Fuck, no shot. Got alternating hair for them.
Thanks.
Nah,
luck on your
man. The
adventure.
only thing that is that Reen can't see shit without his glasses. That and, of course, Kurt Vander, if he were still around, would have to have his cat ears and tail, but those are not accessories. He was born that way, and don't judge him.
You can count on me for item service. You can't go wrong with any of
Thing
these.
is, can I even buy Brigard's shit? No. That is a little annoying that, you should be able to buy everything on this screen. Because it's like, I don't have access to Brigard to buy his weapon upgrade. And... these are better for 14 speed? What the fuck? Bro, did Strega make this game? Like, shoes are insanely good now. I mean, they've always been good, but they haven't been 14 speed for just basic buyable shoes, man. That's crazy. Go ahead and buy, I'll get some for the Nodster.
Much appreciated. You can't go wrong with any of these.
Yes, you can. Shield 3, waste of your Sapith. I don't know. Gaiaverse? Who up here casting Earth spells? Earth spells actually are maybe okay. They seem a little bit better in these games, but... I mean, who's really Oh, my item drop rate? Come on, buddy. Why are you grinding? You don't need to, man.
Much appreciated. Good luck on your adventure.
Alright. We'll call it here. We'll probably we'll probably do combat first, then chats. A lot of combat, then some chats, then main story next time. Sound like a deal? Alright. The contract is signed. Goodbye.